prefer not to wing it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, winging it usually makes mistakes down the line in the process.
So have you got a preferred yeast, general use, or do you select your yeast based on the specific must?
Well, to be honest with you, Florida has 2 seasons. Florida has February and hot. So, as such, we have to use yeast strains that are very tolerant of temperature. And the reason for that is, we're not made out of money. We don't have glycol-jacketed fermenters. So we're using ambient temperatures to do most of our cooling. And in a pinch, if we had to put an immersion chiller on there, we could, but prefer not to. So use 2 house strains that are extremely reliable strains. Those are 71B, EC 1118. We use 71B because strains because they're just absolutely tough as nails. They have very low nutrient needs, and they're very tolerant of temperature, warmer temperatures than some of the other yeast strains, like 47, one that I can think of. So we're really looking for stable yeasts that won't throw any off flavors at us or fusel alcohols if we're fermenting at warmer temperatures. So those are 2 house strains that we use.
Have you done any experiments with what's the other one? K1116?
16, yeah, we sure have. Montpelier strain is an excellent yeast, but we found that on some of our musts it struggles a little bit just to get down to gravity where we would like it. It is a killer yeast strain, and just for whatever reason we've had more success with 71B and EC 1118, and it's just personal choice, personal preference.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
If Manny were here, I'm going to ask if you've done any experimenting with blending yeasts.
We have. We've done some experiments with blending yeasts, such as using the last batch that we tried it on was on a whiskey peach melomel that we did recently, and that one we actually used a Chardonnay wine yeast on. And actually mix that with 71B. So we used about 10 grams of each to make a 10-gallon test batch. And it turned out very nice. I am not opposed to using different strains to bring about different characteristics out of your honey wines. Some of the yeasts will bring out more floral characteristics, or some are noted for bringing out better quality and for depending on which kind of must that you're working with, bring out different flavors out of those musts. But no, I'm not opposed to mixing and matching different strains, just to trying to achieve a specific. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see, what size batches are you doing now?
We're doing batches. We have a 450-gallon cocktail. We also have 9 55-gallon secondaries, and we have another 450-gallon. That's basically 11-barrel size batches that we're doing, and another one that's going to be coming online fairly shortly. Production is about 900 gallons until we get that extra fermenter in here. So
that's pretty cool. All right.
Yeah.
So you've got the key lime, and then you've got another one that you're bringing out for the holidays. So are you basically splitting your capacity across the 2 batches? Is that the plan right now?
That's the plan. We're able to do our base mead essentially in the larger conicals, and then we can apply our different fruits and adjuncts and secondary as we need to.
Ah, okay.
So instead of throwing all of our adjunct flavors in with the initial fermentation, we prefer to wait until secondary. So that's what we're going to be doing as we need to with our new Cherry Raspberry Currant. Those will be fresh fruits that we'll add in secondary, and flavoring the mead from there.
Okay. So you're doing basically you do one large base batch and then you split that, and then secondary is where it goes in different directions for you.
That's correct, and that's actually a Ken Schramm technique. That's one that Ken kind of taught us, so that's exactly what we do. We do larger base batches, and then as we need to, we can split it up and add our adjuncts or fruits to it, and conduct the secondary fermentation or the soaks from there. So,
Cool. I like it. So, where do you see it? You said you're bringing in one more fermenter. Is that going to hold you for a while, or do you see that expansion continuing on a fairly regular basis?
Well, it should hopefully, if knock on wood, if everything goes well with our meats in the marketplace. Our goal right now is just to make sure that we're covering as many vendors as we possibly can in our different regions. We would like to go ahead and get both the flagship meads out into the market. And at that time, we'll probably be adding greater capacity. It's in our 3-year plan that if we do as well as we hope we are, that we'll be migrating to a larger building at that time. And nothing is hard plumbed into our meadery. Everything can be disassembled and moved,
You have a
which is nice.
Meadery. I love it.
Eventually, yeah. So we should be able to load everything onto pallets and move it as we need to once we expand. But it's within our 3-year plan to move into a larger building. Hopefully one with a tap room.
Yeah.
And then expanded a larger production from there.
Cool. Now I'm hearing a lot of we, and I know in your notes that you had said that this is a family affair. You, your wife, and your 2 daughters. So
that's right.
What roles are your wife and kids playing? And I know the kids are kind of young right now, but what roles are they taking in the meadery at this point?
Yeah, we have a 20-year-old and we have a 5-year-old.
Oh, my gosh. You guys like to live dangerously, don't you?
Exactly. She was planned. But yeah, we did. Our youngest keeps us young, and our oldest keeps us on our toes with the latest slang and fashion.
Good save there.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but we are a true a family meadery. My wife helps me all the time. With whether we're working on doing the next batch recipes, really helps us out when it comes to bottling. Get the kids in, help get them sanitizing bottles or putting labels on bottles. It's just one big family party, so it's a lot of fun. We just put on the radio and drink some sodas and put them to work.
There you go. So, when you're doing this, so you're the mead master and the recipe guy, and probably the chief cook and bottle washer too. So
yeah, pretty much.
When it comes to the business and marketing side of things, is that also you, or is your wife picking you up? Or?
No, it's also me too.
Okay, so you're a busy guy.
Yeah, I'm a busy guy. So yeah, we're handling all the business. It's nice that, since we don't have a tap room, we don't really have the overhead and a lot of the baggage that comes with running a consume on-premises side of the business. Everything pretty much, except for our pre-tax mead, goes directly into distribution. And we only have 2 distributors at this point, so it makes it fairly easy to set them up in QuickBooks and create our, fulfill the purchase orders and to do all that. So between QuickBooks and Excel spreadsheets, we pretty much have all of our accounting needs covered. The fun part right now for us is getting out into the public with our distributors, going to the insider events, introducing ourselves, right? Getting out around town and going on the ride-alongs and making sure that our vendors are being serviced as well as they should. So that's the other hand of the business, is getting out, meeting people, and pressing palms, and the social aspects of it, which is fun too.
Yeah, well, you meet interesting people, and you know that. What you have 2 distributors now. Were they like really, mead aware when you dealt with them, or was that something that you had to sort of educate them on?
No, not as such. A couple of the distributors that we were approached by really didn't have any meaderies whatsoever in their portfolios, and we didn't feel like we would be really serviced well ourselves if they didn't know the product in the marketplace. So we were really looking for distributors that had some meadery distribution already. So we went with Cavalier here in Florida, which is representing craft meaderies such as Redstone and Crafted and Bee Nectar as well.
AJ, can you hear me? Okay, guys, we had some kind of weird technical dropout on the connection there. All of a sudden, my internet connection just dropped. So I am working on getting the callers back right now.
Did you get me back?
Yeah, you are back. All right, now.
Yay!
Yeah, we're gonna bring John in now. So sorry about that, guys. It was the weirdest dang thing. All of a sudden, the call just went sideways. And I completely lost everybody. They could all hear each other, but I couldn't hear anybody. So, and since I'm the one with the connection to the radio show, there we go. We'll get John back now.
Hello?
John, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Something happened on my end, and the connection just went totally sideways.
Not a problem.
So apologies there. So, before we were so rudely interrupted by Skype.
Bad Skype. Bad
Skype, yeah. No cookie. Okay, we were talking about, I think, where I lost distributor I lost you was you had the same distributor as Redstone, Bee Nectar, and several other meaderies, which is a good place to be.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and we really wanted to go with a distributor that knew mead products, that knew the difference between a traditional mead and a melomel, for example, and really know how to promote our product in the marketplace. And that's exactly what we were looking for, and exactly what we found with our current distributors, and we've been very happy with them. So
cool. And I take it they've been doing a good job for you and getting you out on ride-alongs and all of that?
They sure have. We're in about, just after our product launch, which was 2 weeks ago, we're already in about 30 different vendors here in Florida. And R&R already has us slated to be in about 25 different vendors in the, in the Atlanta market as well. And yes, they've been very encouraging for us to go out with them and with the representatives to the different vendors just to promote our products. They've been outstanding at helping us grow our brand in the marketplace. So we're going to keep pushing for that. We're going to keep promoting that. Have a lot of events that we have lined up for October, a lot of different Oktoberfest events that are going to be going down here.
Nice.
And yeah, as much participation as we can just to raise our brand awareness in the marketplace. We're gonna take advantage of that where we can. So yeah, it's going to be nice. Really, really nice. We have a very full calendar for October.
This is not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all. No, no. Things going on for Jacksonville Beer Week down here. We'll be serving at some of the different locations.